I thought we played with tremendous conviction to our game plan. Trying to grow. We still got things. We had some egregious fouls in the first half. 3, trying to foul guys that had no chance to score, and that becomes a discipline issue. Things like that are why teams win or lose championships. You lose a championship fouling a guy, taking a hard shot, or he's getting ready to shoot over a 7'3" guy. You don't reach in. But other than that, I thought our focus was unbelievable. Defensively, we made it hard on them, extremely hard. Took away the things that they're best at, which is Claude down the lane, Yates down the lane, Claude down the lane. But guys, in fairness to USC, they're to the end of the season for them to have to go to DC, Rutgers, come back to play Ohio State, who had already been here, waiting on them. And then have to turn around and go to Oregon. There's no doubt that has a cumulative effect, guys. And I think you saw it in the second half for them. You saw it for sure in the second half. We were able to take 2 days off. So when was our last game? So we took Tuesday and Wednesday off. And we're going to take the next 2 days off. It's important this time of year. You said, in my opinion, they got some. AG looks like his back's bothering him. I'm not sure what happened with Chibuzo. He only played 19 minutes, but credit to our guys. They were awesome. Obviously, Sky had a monster game. Adai, Eric, Tyler. Our front line was extremely productive. That's why Will didn't get in there that much, because the other 3 guys were in such domination mode.
I was going to ask about Sky and his perimeter defense, like just him in particular. He drew 2 offensive fouls in the first half, and then overall the whole team's perimeter defensive performance.
He's got 13 deflections. He's 7 for 10 from the field. I told you, Jimmy Jackson and I used to go to basketball camp. He was LeBron in Ohio. It took LeBron to break his records. Okay, he was calling the game today, and he was a shoot-around today. He lives here. We're good, very close. I told him, we get good guard play, we can beat anybody. And we beat some great. We beat 4 teams in the top 12 of the net or whatever, or the Ken Palm. I don't even look the net. They should burn the net. They don't let but whatever. But when we get good guard play, we're really good. Dylan or Sky have a big game. Bass Bass got better as the game went on. So, but we get really good point guard play from one of those guys. We're pretty good.
Do you think that was a game plan thing, the perimeter defense, or was it just the excellence of your guards?
I give the guys all the credit. You try to look. It's not easy. People think I take a lot of heat for being intense and all that. I mean, this isn't Little League. So, you don't become that kind of defensive team standing over there whispering sweet nothings to people. And the other thing is, it's in this era, our senior leader defensively he's known me since July 8th, we started practice. So what's that, 8 months, 7 months? So it's not like Jaime and Tiger and David are running around out there, been with me 4 years. So you got to pound nails fast and hard to be able to build a unit that can get it done. Especially when your best player, like for this, look, the most productive guys on this team have been Eric, Tyler, Kobe defensively, and Sky. They're all transfers. So, it's taking us some time. But I'll say it again, we get good guard play, guys. We got a chance. We got a real chance.
And the way this game started, you guys hammered it in the paint. I think 18 in your first 28 points.
That was a game, 42 to 16 points in the paint.
What did it mean to see them stick to that plan and create the big margin they did early?
Well, thought we did early, got away from it a little bit. Then we lost Wesley Yates, who I told those guys, he's your best player, period. I got a lot of issues. I'm not very good at domestic things, but I know what I'm doing with this. Like, he's a pro. And I've told some of my friends that I'm close with that he's a pro. And what do you have tonight? 21. He only got 10. We tried to, in the second half, we limited his shots until late when the game was, when we pulled away, we didn't give him any shots. But there was a time where we couldn't get away from him because we weren't exploiting the switch and throwing it inside. We were dribbling too much. And then at that time, we lost Yates some. But we came out in the second half convicted to throw the ball inside. You know, today's kids, man, in training, there's no big guy to throw it to. They dribble around cones, and it's just them. So they come out, you know, the pick and roll, you're a passer. Unless they just drop and give you a shot, you're a passer. But a lot, you know, they don't train that way. Dribble the leather off the ball.
You mentioned the 13 deflections. Was that was for Sky,
For
right?
Sky,
How close was the team to the team high tonight?
We've had 50 plus. We have 46. We had some games with 50 this year, but I don't know how many Big Ten. This is definitely our high in a Big Ten game, for sure. For sure. Guys did a great job of attacking their dribbler when they tried to ISO and drive us, because Yates and Claude are so good at that you know, we showed what happened last time. So, you know, Rod Palmer he did an unbelievable job with the scout. Tremendous. We rotate the three guys, you know, so he's been on them for a while. He did, you know, so we did a good job at USC, but we did a much better job tonight. So I give him all the credit.
And then it seemed
Can you let him? He's been trying to. It's all right.
No, it's all good, Coach. You know, you've been talking about what it's been like on the road going to the East Coast so often, and now this is your last time at home. You're going to be going to Indianapolis next week. You guys
Fortunately, we're not leaving for a while.
That's awesome.
Best news of the day. You know, I'm not a big believer in conference tournaments, so because I played in a lot of. It's Cincinnati. My last 3 years, we either won them or we won the last two. We played in the finals like every year in the American. On Sunday, it wears you out. Because the next tournament was, like, what matters.
No, yeah, but that's what I was going to ask is that, you know, you've had all this time on the road and now you're getting ready for even more time on the road. And in the tournament, you don't even know where you're going yet. So do you feel like that's kind of somewhat prepared your guys for, you know, getting ready for the gauntlet?
Yeah, my biggest fear all year has been not, you know, everybody wanted to panic. We lost a few early January. My concern is get better and try to get to March healthy and fresh. So the cumulative effect of the travel is what concerns me. That's, you know, so we've tried to handle it in a way. That's why we took 2 days off this week. We're going to take the next 2 days off. You know, we got to make sure these guys are fresh when the big dance starts. Because around here, man, they ain't gonna hang no banner if we win the Big Ten tournament. Mark, you think they're going to hang a banner if we win the Big Ten tournament? A little small one in our practice gym. It ain't going in Pauley. You don't win the national championship around here, they don't hang the banner out there. It's just the way it is. Yeah, you confirmed? They might give us a T-shirt. At UCLA, man, you know, too many people are, you know, too many people like Adam and you know, women's soccer and them guys, they're winning national championships around here and all kind of stuff, gymnastics, softball. They ain't worried about the Big Ten tournament championship.
Coach, I'm pretty sure Eric had a career high of 25 tonight, but can you talk about his...
Is that his career high?
Yeah, can you talk about his defensive...
Yeah, that's all I'm concerned with is his 9 deflections and his growth defensively and his intelligence level defensively and understanding that how important that is to his future, to our success and to his future. Because, you know, too much goes on in youth basketball where it's about me and not we. And it's not the kid's fault. They're a product of the system. And then they get to guys like me or Coach Izzo. Not that I apologize. Me and Kevin Willard, we can't compare ourselves to Coach Izzo. Way out of my lane there. I'm not in his league. But, you know, we're trying to tell you got to play defense, you got to play smart. You know, everybody else just lets them run around and shoot every time. Get beat on defense, they don't come out. You know, it's not helping them, though. It's not helping them. That's why you hear all the NBA guys now talking about why there's so many Europeans, because they actually play real basketball. There's no such thing as a pickup game in Europe. Eric can tell you, were you born there?
Where?
Where were you born?
This is Columbia, South Carolina. I'm
But how long were you over there with your dad? His dad played Major League European basketball. So he knows. His dad used to take him over there. There's no such thing as a pickup game, Sky, in Europe. That doesn't exist. Everything's with coaching and structure and teaching. So, you got to try to continue to help these guys. People take it the wrong way. They think I'm being hard on them. I'm trying to help them. We good?
That's all we got time for. Thank you, Coach.
I got you.